roller, a tunneler, or a digger?
I'm not quite sure what you're driving at here. Well, we do roll it away, and then we bury it underground. So I suppose a bit of both, I suppose. Well, we don't live in it. I mean, that's mucky.
What's the largest ball of dung you've ever built?
Well, you see, I am a minotaur beetle, British, and we like rabbit droppings. So we don't really make a big ball of our own. We don't sort of go for cow dung and make it into a huge ball like those African things do. No, we just get little bits of rabbit droppings and things like that. Just roll it along the ground and stick it in a hole, and that's where the babies go, well, the eggs anyway.
Are you fussy about where your dung actually comes from?
Oh, yeah, very fussy. I mean, I think you'll find most dung beetles are quite fussy. If it's the wrong kind of dung. I remember a story of in Australia when apparently they introduced cattle to Australia. It was a big mistake, of course. And the Australian dung beetles were quite used to wallaby dung, which is quite dry and cuboidal. And of course, in fact, it's quite hard to find, I believe. And these little beetles would actually hang on to the bum hairs of a wallaby to make sure of getting fresh dung. Well, of course, they tried that with a Frisian cow, and it was an absolute disaster. I mean, they totally deluged with the stuff. So it just didn't work out at all. And eventually they did have to bring several, I think 50 species of African dung beetle to clear the mess up.
Have you ever stolen any other beetle's dung?
Well, this is a risk, you see. Now, when we make a little hole, me and the wife, we put the dung in it, we burrow down and store dung. And of course, some people are lazy. They don't want to get their own dung, so they'll come and that's why I've got these fantastic horns on my head. You see these big horns? There's 3 of them. And I defend the burrows, you see. That's one of my jobs. I do collect dung from time to time. And, of course, I mate. That's one of the most important jobs, of course, and the one I enjoy the best, of course. And then we have to fight a bit to protect the home fires, keep the home fires burning.
Okay, so you've protected your dung, but you've never actually stolen anyone else's.
Well, you see, we come out in the autumn. This is the time of year when we'll be coming out. So we've just emerged, and that's why I'm looking so shiny. I mean, so incredibly shiny and very, very new. And yes, so we'll be working pretty hard for the next few weeks. We might even start a little family in the early winter.
How many wives have you got?
But I've just emerged. I mean, one's all I want. I don't want any more. Oh.
So are you particularly strong for your size?
Well, most insects are quite strong for their size. The large animals tend to be quite puny, like yourself. But the smaller you are, the more relatively strong you are. So, I mean, I believe some African dung beetles can move about 250 times their own weight. I mean, so that's quite impressive. We don't have to do that.
Why don't you do that?
Because rabbit droppings are quite dry and you can't stick them together very easily. So, one at a time, that's the way to do it. Slow and steady.
How many children have you got?
Well, I don't know. You haven't started yet. Ask me next summer, I could tell you. But then I'll be on my last legs then anyway.
What's your biggest fear?
My biggest fear is not being able to get enough rabbit droppings while I'm sitting here talking to you. Yeah.
Is there anything about you that's quite unusual that we might not know?
Very beautiful, very shiny, glossy, really, with these marvellous horns, very pretty. I think you just have to accept that we are part and parcel of the rich tapestry of life. And without dung beetles, I mean, I'm not talking for myself personally, but your dung beetles in general, you'd be up to your armpits and the stuff. I mean, I think the world production of droppings, fumets, feces, whatever you want to call it, is something like 100 billion kilograms a day. I mean, what the hell would that all go? What do you think it would just pile up? I mean, you'd be wading through the stuff.
What do you use your horns for?
Fighting. So these horns, the females don't have them, of course. We fight, so we have to protect the burrow and our dung and our children. I mean, you can't just take it on trust that somebody's not going to sneak in.
But you've got 3. Rather, that's quite greedy, isn't it? Most insects might have 2, but you've got 3.
I think there's quite a few insects with 3 horns. Yes, I like to think of ourselves as the triceratops of the dung beetle world. Yes.
If you had a message for us, what would it be?
Well, I suppose the take home is, you should enjoy us. I mean, we eat shit so you don't have to. I like that.